More about alcoholism. Did you say more alcohol? I think he said about. Most of us have been unwilling to admit we were real alcoholics. No person likes to think he is bodily and mentally different from his fellows. Therefore, it is not surprising that our drinking careers have been characterized by countless vain attempts to prove we could drink like other people. The idea that somehow, someday, he will control and enjoy his drinking is the great obsession of every abnormal drinker. The persistence of this illusion is astonishing. Many pursue it into the gates of insanity and death. There's Shiva. Oh, honest, you have a drinking problem. My problem is 2 hands and only 1 mouth. No, you drink like a fish. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't have any problems. You'd still go belly up, says Shiva. We learned that we had to fully concede to our innermost selves that we were alcoholics. This is the first step in recovery. The delusion that we are like other people, or presently maybe, has to be smashed. And here you have the basic self. I'm sick. And the conscious self says, I'll figure it out. And basic self says, you ignore me. I am dying. And the conscious self says, my judgment was wrong. He turns to the innermost self and says, he is sick and I am not sane. And then he says, I concede to my affliction. We will die or kill somebody. We alcoholics are men and women who have lost the ability to control our drinking. We know that no real alcoholic ever recovers control. All of us felt at times that we were regaining control, but such intervals, usually brief, were inevitably followed by still less control, which led in time to pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. Here we have the slip. He says, I don't feel crazy. Gates of hell didn't open up. I guess that recovery stuff was bullshit. Then we have 4 years later, and he says, I'm sick and I'm broke. And rock bottom says, welcome back. We are convinced to a man that alcoholics of our type are in the grip of a progressive illness. Over any considerable period, we get worse, never better. And here's the middle-aged man say, I can't keep doing this. I'm getting too old. Rock bottom says, keep coming back. Are you saying that as an insult? Keep coming back, heh heh heh. And that's over a considerable period of time. Rock bottom, keep coming back. We are like men who have lost their legs. They never grow new ones. Neither does there appear to be any kind of treatment which will make alcoholics of our kind like other men. Here the doctor tells him, this part of your life is changed permanently. We have tried every imaginable remedy. In some instances, there has been brief recovery, followed always by a still worse relapse. Physicians who are familiar with alcoholism agree there is no such thing as making a normal drinker out of an alcoholic. Science may one day accomplish this, but it hasn't done so yet. I've done it, but you can't have a relationship. Frankenstein says, fire bad, bride good. Oh dear, me need bride, me want bride. Must have a relationship, have to. Despite all we can say, many who are real alcoholics are not going to believe they are in that class. By every form of self-deception and experimentation, they will try to prove themselves exceptions to the rule. Therefore, non-alcoholic. If anyone who is showing inability to control his drinking can do the right about face and drink like a gentleman, our hats are off to him. Heaven knows we have tried hard enough and long enough to drink like other people. About face. Drink like a gentleman. Hats off to you. He turned around to have a nice little surprise there. Here are some of the methods we have tried. Drinking beer only. You know what? Forget the dolly. Let's just grab the forklift and get a whole pallet. Limiting the number of drinks. 4 Loko. No more than 4. Never drinking alone. Can I buy you a drink? Never drinking in the morning. And there's the trap house and an old dog saying, "The sun's still setting. Looks like I have time for a few more." And the butt plug says, "That's the sunrise, fool." Drinking only at home. Home sweet home. Never having it in the house. You've been spending an awful lot of time in the garage. Never drinking during business hours. I can't wait to get out of this uniform. To thy own self be true. Drinking only at parties. Every day's a party. Switching from scotch to brandy. Scotch was the problem. Drinking only natural wines. I'm going organic. Agreeing to resign if ever drunk on the job. Taking a trip. Not taking a trip. Sorry you couldn't come. Swearing off forever with and without a solemn oath. I solemnly swear that there will be no more alcohol and no more crack. There you got crack in the big book. Boom. Taking more physical exercise. Reading inspirational books. There's the purpose-driven egg. Going to health farms and sanitariums. There you got Pass Eggs Malibu. Sanatorium definition: an establishment that provides therapy combined with a regimen as of diet and exercise for the treatment and rehabilitation. Accepting voluntary commitment to asylums. Anyone can increase the list ad infinitum. This is totally normal.